While the smoke will start making its way out of our area Wednesday, hopefully, it's likely we'll see more of these days with how active the fires are in Canada.
Dr. Julia Becker is a pulmonologist from Corewell Health, and she's here as an expert in asthma and other breathing conditions. And I know that for people who suffer from some of those general ailments, this smoke has got to be a big issue, and we'll get to that. But when you look at the population as a whole, as people are going about their business on a day-to-day basis, what kind of an impact does this kind of air quality have?
Yeah, so I work in our pulmonary clinic here at Corewell, and so I see patients with COPD, asthma, and many other lung conditions. And I can say, like, throughout the day today, virtually all of my patients were noticing worse symptoms of shortness of breath, more asthma-type symptoms of their cough and wheezing acting up. But this impacts really everyone. There are groups that are more sensitive, so anybody with heart and lung disease, people who are over 65 or under 18 are more susceptible. If you've got diabetes, if you're outdoor a lot, if you're pregnant, everyone has this potential to have worsening symptoms as the air quality gets worse. As a whole, if we look at the country, we can see that for the 3 months following like big wildfire smoke exposures, that there's more hospitalizations. People are more likely to have heart problems, heart attacks, heart rhythm problems, not just lung problems. Pneumonias are more common. So this is a huge impact on not just our patients with lung disease, but really everyone in the community.
So over the last few days, are you noticing more people coming in over the last few days for this?
Yeah, so most of my visits are scheduled, but all of my patients who are in for regular scheduling visits are telling me their symptoms are worse over the last few days. And we haven't even really hit the very bad air quality yet. We've been mostly in that kind of yellow air quality zone, which is more moderate. But looking at maps, I mean, we've got areas that right now we're, on the west side of Lake Michigan that we're in really orange and red zone, very unhealthy air quality. And as that moves towards us, we get pretty concerned about how people are going to handle it. So then I talked to my patients a lot today about prevention and how to protect themselves, which I think is a really big thing. So most of that is protecting yourself from the air. So getting inside. When you're running your air conditioners or your other filtration systems, you don't want to be pulling in air from outside. You want it to be recirculating the air. And you want to make sure that your systems have a filter on it to try to capture that particulate matter that comes with the wildfire smoke. So things like HEPA filters are the gold standard. Those are the best. Those are really going to get as much as possible out of the air. But making sure that you have at least what's called a MERV 13 or higher, and that's the filter level that kind of gets out those smoke particles. So, and those are, sometimes you can get that information from your air conditioner and things, but knowing what you have in your system and making sure that you're trying to stay indoors, keeps the windows shut. Not a great time to go out and go for a run or do your outdoor work.
I blame it on the smoke, this persistent cough I've had for the past 2 or 3 days. It's just kind of pesky, but it's got to be obviously much worse for the folks that you're seeing on a day-to-day basis. What kind of health effects are we seeing for people?
So a lot of it is flares of those chronic lung diseases. So things like asthma, some of the symptoms are cough and wheezing. So that is probably the main symptoms I'm seeing more from people now. So more shortness of breath, more cough and wheezing. And depending on your sensitivity, there are people that don't really have formal diagnoses that can also feel that more. So people who don't really know they have lung disease or really don't have lung disease might be more susceptible and notice cough and things like that as well. So that's like the main symptoms I'm seeing right now. But like we said, all that stuff that we inhale does cause inflammation in the body, and that's where we see down the line this increased risk of heart problems, pneumonia, and other more serious conditions that are overall actually kind of flare up in the area after the smoke exposure.
All right, Dr. Becker with Corewell Health, thank you for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.